CBD has been known to help with anxiety, depression, aches, pains, and even acne. Hi, everyone. I'm Tran Bowie. Thank you so much for joining us today. I would like to welcome to Roswell and Canton Street CBD store and more. It just opened a few months ago, and joining me now, here we go, are Tommy Williams, who is the VP of Retail Sales, and Kevin Quirk, who is the CEO. Gentlemen, thank you so much. You know, when you look at this, while there are a lot of businesses that are suffering and some businesses even closing, Kevin, why open during a pandemic?
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us, Tran. And the reality of it is, we debated that ourselves. It's like there's a lot of things going on, and foot traffic's been cut down, and but one thing that really kind of said we have to get this store open is within about 12 hours we had three different women come in with tears in their eyes. They had just been laid off from their job. Their anxiety levels were through the roof, and they were saying, please, are you open? And, it was at that point in time, Tommy and I looked at each other and says, we have got to get these doors open. And so we worked extra hard, making sure we understood the CDC guidelines on social distancing. We created a very cool contactless delivery system out the back of our store, and we opened our doors, and we're really happy we did, and I think we're helping a lot of people through these very stressful times.
No, I think you came at a perfect time. Tommy, let's talk about how it looks right now, how you are adapting to all these changes. And I do like the safety measure. I saw footage of your back door, how you kind of have this like gurney, and you're explain that with the rope and just being able to deliver the packages to your customers.
Yeah, so we affectionately call that our Corona beaner. It is a carabiner like people use for mountain climbing and camping and stuff, attached to our back deck. And for all intents and purposes, we've essentially set up a drive-through system in the back of our store, which we were very fortunate that given the historic nature of our building, that we had that in our store, and it's worked out well for those customers of ours that are concerned about social distancing and being exposed. We can accommodate all levels of customers' needs, whether they want to come in with masks and keep 6 feet apart, or whether they don't feel comfortable. Because a lot of people seeking CBD, have compromised immunity systems, and so we, to your point, we're constantly on the move and constantly ever evolving based off of CDC guidelines and our customers' needs to make sure that we're providing not only the product that they need and want, but also in a safe manner, first and foremost for our customers and for our staff members as well.
I did visit the store. I hope everyone gets a chance to go in, because I just love the setting. It is spread out. Yes, you have it all covered. Everything is in there. So Kevin, why get into the CBD business?
It's the perfect time to get in the business. I mean, number one, it just was federally, it was made federally legal as far from the Farm Bill of 2018. So that's the legal reason why. Well, even though states were kind of legalizing it along the way, much the way medical marijuana has been legalized state by state, now it's federally legal. Okay, so that was number one. Number two, one of our old companies that I started and sold was an organic juice company. And being around that organic juice company, you start to really kind of hang around with a different group of people. And we would be going to these natural product shows, and, we would start to see more and more CBD and more CBD. And then, the more I read about it and the more I did research on it, and then really the more I talked to people about it, it was something we just knew we had to be in. I have many family members that are, in the military. I have an ex-captain in the Navy who's been afflicted by just all kinds of ailments through his entire life, basically coming back from Vietnam. And we gave him CBD, and it was like day and night change. It was like, it really made a difference. And we've heard the same research with, with post-traumatic stress, with anxiety, with, arthritis. And, while we aren't making claims to be medicine, you can talk to a lot of people, and they are actually benefiting from it.
Yes, and you were talking about that it's legal. I think there's so many misconceptions. Like people think it's a drug and then it's illegal and it's addictive and you can get high on it. So can we go through that? What is it exactly, Kevin?
So, Ty, feel free to jump in here also, but I want to, so CBD comes from the cannabis plant, but it's the hemp strain of the cannabis plant, right? So you, to be called CBD, you need to be less than 0.3% THC.
Okay.
THC is the compound that is in marijuana that actually is the compound that makes you high and things like that. So CBD does not have levels of THC that is going to get you high. There are two different versions of CBD also, really. There's a full spectrum, which has that little bit of THC in it. And there's broad spectrum that does not have any THC. So it's important for people to come in, and Tommy, you can address this, that when they come in, we need to understand what they're trying to do. And as importantly, what they're trying to do is what their job is. And so we can direct them in the right, place.
No, that's absolutely, sorry, Tran, that's absolutely right. And, the thing about what we're trying to do is people come in and they almost sort of embarrassed and they're giggling because they think they're walking into, a Georgia-based weed shop. And we don't want to be a novelty to folks. We're here to help people. And that's the first thing that the staff, the frontline staff, we address is I don't want you to buy something to get you through Saturday night. We want to buy something that helps you. So we identify the customer's needs first and foremost. And then to Kevin's point, if THC, some people say, well, I'm a truck driver or I'm an airline pilot or I'm a nurse, they probably need THC more than anybody at this point, but unfortunately their careers don't allow for such products. And so, we leave that up to them. And we have products on the shelves that, as Kevin mentioned, that are both full spectrum that have the full benefits of the hemp plant and broad spectrum, which have the THC removed. So we are very clear with people that this is not a novelty. This is not a one-time purchase. It's not something to help you enjoy the concert, down the street a little bit more. It's something to help people with ongoing issues. And we want to get people to come back in. It was like we say from the very beginning, getting somebody to buy that first bottle of CBD is easy. It's the second and the third that we want them to understand how beneficial it is. And we're seeing that now, thank goodness.
Well, so Tommy, let's run through the benefits. I mean, I named a few things, the aches and pains and the anxiety and depression and even acne. I've heard a lot of parents say that it's really been helpful to their children who've had anxiety and depression. So can we run through some of the benefits?
Yeah, absolutely. I jokingly tell people, well, I commute from in town to our store in Roswell, and I say it's to help me survive the 400 commute medicine for me. But I have found as an entrepreneur, and I think Kevin can speak to this as well, opening up a small business in the middle of a pandemic, CBD has helped me sleep at night so that I'm recharged and ready to go for the next day. So it has, now that it's into my system, it has helped with inflammation. Being a middle-aged overweight guy, jokingly, wink, wink, my feet and my ankles hurt from being on my feet all day at the store. Taking CBD both sublingually under the tongue and the topical products have helped me manage through some of those things as I continue to get myself into better shape. And it allows for better night's sleep. It helps me focus. I think Kevin and I have known each other for years. I think he'll agree that my focus and my drive since I've been taking the CBD, my attention to detail is 100 times better than it was before I started taking it. So it is an all-encompassing miracle product that has been right in front of us forever and has gone away. The hemp plant has gone away. It's been used for rope and the Navy and other things, and now it's back. And I think society is finally recognizing its great need. And as Kevin said, all you have to do, I joke with our customers, they say, well, I don't really have anxiety. And I said, well, do you ever watch the news? That immediately will give you anxiety. So that's what I tell them when they come in. So, and the product has been very, very helpful.
Well, it looks like we're getting some questions in. So I'm going to pop up some of these questions. Lisa is asking, tell me about the effects that CBD has on children, please.
Well, and it's one of those things, as Kevin mentioned, we're not doctors. So some of the product does have a little bit of THC in there, and it can help children through some anxiety times. Children, much like our pets, pick up on the temperature of the room, so to speak. And so it can help depending on the age of the child, but we always recommend that you check with their pediatrician as well to make sure that the product is absolutely 100% safe, but we don't want to give them too much of something so that they're having the counter effects in there as well.
And Tran, let me jump in here also. CBD has also been very a lot of studies have gone into it on particularly amongst children with ADHD, and
Yes.
we've seen in studies that it helps dramatically with that. And and we have a sign on our wall somewhere that it says no one has an Advil or Zoloft system, but we all have a cannabinoid system.
Well,
I love
and
that song.
yeah, for the children, are they taking them as, is it you were saying the topical on their tongue, and then also are there gummies? I've seen some gummies as well.
Different ways, yeah.
Okay.
You can the gummies are generally the ones that are more palpable and we're talking kids that are in their 8 to 12 range. We're not talking about toddlers.
Okay. And Ray is asking, what are the top 2 to 3 benefits? Oh, and you did address that. And what are some misnomers regarding CBD? And I know you did touch on some of that.
Well, and I'll expand a little bit more. It is related to its much more famous cousin, marijuana. The hemp plant is, but it's not going to get you high. It's not designed. I always joke with our customers. It's not designed to make you bake cookies at midnight or anything like that. The THC levels are so low, but you are getting benefit from the THC and the relaxing. So it's called the entourage effect. Once you're getting the full benefit of all the cannabinoids that come out of the hemp plant.
Okay, and you're mentioning hemp because I did see you do have some hemp oil in there as well. What is the difference, and do they do different things? Can you explain that a little bit?
So THC typically marijuana has pretty much its primary component is THC. Okay. So anybody that's been to college, as chances are, unless you're Bill Clinton, you have tried marijuana and had the effects of that, right? And so that's the benefit of coming out of the marijuana. The hemp plant has the same benefits to get into your system and to calm you down, but you don't get those psychoactive effects. You're not going to feel the need to order a pizza at midnight or bake cookies or anything like that, but it's going to give you the same benefit. It is an all natural product, right? So it has been on earth as long as we have, and has been used for centuries by people, like, as I mentioned, everything from the Navy to make ropes to shirts. Heck, even some car manufacturers are using hemp in their bumpers now. But the benefit to the humans is we're learning more and more as the days go on, and more that it gets studied. And the Farm Bill that Kevin mentioned certainly helps that, because that opens up some of the broader opportunities that are out there for research and for gaining a better understanding of hemp.
Okay. And here we have, so Ray's asking, when can you start seeing and feeling the benefits? Yes, can you get it after, 1 bottle?
So everybody's different. Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
Yep. Yeah, I was just going to jump in here, Tommy. So there's, this is an Advil. So you don't want to, you're not going to have a sore muscle, take 4 Advils and you're going to feel it in an hour, and then you don't touch your Advil again for the next, month until you have another month's pay. This is much more of those things that is, it builds up into your system. You're going to see the benefits that'll be greater and longer with less of the actual medicine that you need to take, or CBD. So we always recommend that our customers come in and they start out with a smaller dosage, and if they're doing it tinctures with sublingually, take a half a dropper instead of a full dropper, and then just kind of see how you feel and build your way up to the right dosage for you. What's going to work for Tommy is going to be different for me and you. And quite frankly, even down to the products. So it really is something that, the reason why we're on Cannon Street and we have a live store is that so we can have people come through, and we can talk them through their ailments and dosages, and then they have a place to come back. And we've seen it a lot, to come back and say, hey, this has worked great, or what, this one didn't really work so much. And then we put them into another one, and then they come back and say, yeah, that was the perfect one. So it is different for everybody, but it does need to be built into your system.
Okay, so it's not instant. Michelle Thomas is asking, how does it affect people with autoimmune illness?
Go ahead, Terry.
I'll take that one.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. So everybody is a little bit different, but we have had several customers that have come in and said that it has helped with their ailments related to autoimmune system. Now, I can't speak to anybody's specific issues, but I've had several customers walk in and have come back several times. And as Kevin mentioned, our cycle of service is, every strain is a little bit different. Every product is manufactured a little bit different. What we want to do is, if you're not finding the right product, again, not to come back to that novelty level, bring it back to us. Let's talk through it. Make sure you're using it properly. Make sure that you're using it consistently. That's the biggest key. It's not a one and done type scenario. And we put them back into the right product. That is our guarantee to our customers. And we've seen a lot of benefit for folks that have come in referencing that particular issue with them.
Okay. And Jenny here is, what are some of the benefits for our pets? Yes, I would love to know that. I had heard that it can help with dogs who have excessive itching and also for dogs who've had seizures.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a whole pet department right now, and our furry friends are feeling the stress and anxiety that we're feeling because they're wondering why they don't have the house to themselves each day during the day, right?
Yeah.
And they see us on the news and hear us complaining. They sense that's going on, and with the 4th of July, coming up this weekend, dogs and cats are stressed out from the noises there, and it has the same effect. And there are both oils that are available for dogs that you could put on their food. And we also have some great treats so that our dogs are getting rewarded. We have bacon flavored treats, sweet potato flavored treats, and peanut butter flavored treats. And we've had several customers come back in thanking us, literally hugging me, not social distancing, but hugging me, saying how happy they were that their dog is quote unquote born again. And they've seen new life in their dog from a quick use of the CBD pet products.
Wow. And then there's another question. Do you stock a variety of brands? Can you tell me more about your own Grace Leaf brand?
Yes, so we do. We stock several of the national brands. So sort of, as I call, the big boys out there that people recognize and have been around a while. This industry as a whole is really basically only about 10 years old. But there are some guys out there that have had a lot of success out west mainly. So we carry some of those big guys like Charlotte's Web and also Parpa and Barkley. And we also, we all, because we're all about Georgia good, we want to carry as many local products as we can. Now, local, not meaning Georgia yet. The Georgia hemp is just now in the ground and starting to grow. But as that product comes in, we will certainly participate with local vendors. But we also have some regional brands out of North Carolina, and then our own Grace Leaf brand. We could not be more proud of. And our line is expanding. Right now, we've got a line of broad spectrum products. And as Kevin mentioned, that means that there's no THC in there. Okay. They're made with the latest technology, not to bore everybody with the manufacturing side of things, but it's a nanotechnology with the gel caps, which means the bioavailability of the CBD is much greater in there. So we have 3 flavors of tincture. We have gel caps that deal with everyday CBD requirements, as well as inflammation, as well as trouble sleeping. We all have trouble sleeping these days. And then we have some gummies in our edible line that we can't keep on the shelves. I think we sold our last one the other day, and we're struggling to get that back in. But our Grace Leaf product has been met very well. Very soon, we're going to have sports cream under the Grace Leaf line coming out, as well as some pet products. And I think, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong here, we're also looking into some full spectrum products for those customers of ours that like full spectrum product under the Grace Leaf brand.
Yeah, we will have some full spectrum products. A dynamite question from Adam Logan, but we will have some full spectrum products coming up, and as well as we're actually going to be launching our kind of an outside sales force team to where we can actually expand the Grace Leaf brand, as that is our brand, where we want to offer it in other places other than just our own store.
Kevin, in a time now where we're buying a lot of things online, places like Amazon offering just really inexpensive products, how do we make sure, and I do like what Tommy was saying is we can come into your store and we talk to you, we build relationships, what we need. Why is that so important? Because we could just go online and buy it. How do we make sure that we're getting the safest products and also the best products?
So that's a great question, and there's a reason why we're sitting on Cannon Street right now in historic Roswell, right? This isn't the cheapest place we could have found. It's not, we could have found a lot of places with a lot less rent, whatever. But we wanted to be here because it's a great audience for us. It's a great traffic for us, and we want to be able to offer a convenient location for people to come in to get that one-on-one consult from our connectors. But the reality of it is, yeah, you can go online. There's a ton of product out online. You can go to a convenience store right up the street and find some CBD as well. The problem is you don't know what you're getting. Some recent surveys have come out that something north of 70% of products that have been bought online are actually lower efficacy than what the packaging says they are.
Yeah.
And then the other thing you want to make sure is that every product you look at is third-party tested. That means it gets sent out to an independent lab. They're testing it for soil samples, pesticides, levels of THC, so you know that you're getting 0.0 when you're buying a broad spectrum. And so every one of our products in the store, including the Grace Leaf, have a QR code that you can click right on them, and it'll take you to the certificate of authenticity and evaluation on right for each product. And the COAs tell you exactly when it was made, what batch it came from. So it's a quite deep lot coding system. So that's this is store number one. We're taking off to Savannah this week to look at another store, and we're going to try to move the CBD store and more concept and CBD consultation broader than just Cannon Street.
I love that. I love that. So it seems like just about anyone can use the product. Are there people who shouldn't be using CBD?
So the answer is, and this is 100% why we always say, we're not medical professionals. You really need to check in with your doctors. What we've kind of read and found is that there are no real serious side effects to it. I mean, we have not seen anyone that really kind of shouldn't use it, because it really is an all natural product, and it really is a calming product. But like anything, if you overdo it and you're a small person and you take 100 milligrams of something, it's probably not going to give you the most beneficial, or you're going to get the most benefit from that actual dosage. And it could have the counter effect to it and make you, if you're trying to reduce anxiety and you take a bunch of it, it actually might make you more anxious. So it really isn't, one of those things that, it's like, oh my God, you can take it, you can't take it. But we always ask the question, have you talked to your doctor?
Right. Okay. So I will say I have tried the hemp oil. I have not. I've been looking into CBD. So this is the perfect timing. So for someone who hasn't started using it and wants to try, where do you start?
So when people come in the store, I always ask them, try to identify their needs, right? So what is it that you've read about CBD? What is it that you're looking to better from yourself? Is it anxiety? Is it sleep? And then we start there. Then we talk about the most efficient ways to take CBD, sublingually under the tongue, and then we work ourselves up from there. And again, not trying to create a novelty. We're trying to create a loyal customer that comes back to us for help as they move forward. I always recommend that we start them off a little bit small. If we sell them a big bottle that's too much for them right out of the gate, then that's not good for any of us. I want them to start building consistency with it and start to use it. And every receipt that we print out, I underline our store number and my name next to it and say, encourage them to call me with questions as they move forward. So that's the first step, to give us a call or to come in and let us walk you through the products that we have and identify your needs. We can do it in a manner that is both confidential. We have consultation areas in our store, and something that we understand what each person is dealing with. And we're going to help you find the right product, 100%.
No, I'll be in. All right. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. Kevin, is there anything else that you would like to share with our viewers? I know that, right now.
Right there.
Right there. Yeah.
Right there. You can order online at graceleafcbd.com and, pick it up if you order online, and we'll have it ready for you. We can even drop it down on the contactless delivery system out back.
Yeah.
For a little, and then the only other thing is on Friday afternoons and Saturday afternoons we activate the back of the store, which is butts out right to Gate City Brewing. So literally we try to make that like a fun zone back there, and so it's the weekends up here are fun, and we bring your dogs, bring a drink, and come on in and have some fun with us.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you so much, both of you, and welcome to Roswell. We love having you here.
Well, thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.
Appreciate your time, Tran.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone. Have a great
Bye-bye.
day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.